French look ready, and they are, and Willie Walker gets things underway.
This match kicking to the French development team.
Hey. French development team were impressive earlier in the day. Strong structures. And certainly don't mind changing the phases of their play. It's heavily fancied Penguin International side featuring Rico Gear and Carter Pryor. Of course, Willie Walker, Todd Clever, although he was carried from the field earlier in the day, and hopefully they will be right by the morning. It didn't look too flash, to be honest.
I think a little ankle tweak for Todd Clever earlier on.
Is that right?
I believe so. After heading across, talking to Big Craigie Brown, the manager of Penguins, he said the ankle, we'll see what he comes back tomorrow with.
Well, we wish him a speedy recovery. Todd Clever will be a massive part of the United States Eagles challenge at the World Cup later in the year, and he's looking in pretty good form. He's looking pretty sharp. There's the Penguin International team through Willie Walker. Moves the ball forward. I don't think by any stretch of the imagination that this French development team are going to be pushovers, John.
Now they're all young guns come over from France. They were adamant they were being in the tournament this year, and we're glad to have them here, adding to the Frenchy sides.
So scrum reset. Set piece to fire them off. It's the French development team will take the loose head and feed on this. So look out and about. Good scrum, good hustle as the French development team bring it up and over the halfway line, 5 metres inside the Penguin half. There's big counter arc, but a penalty. Not on his feet, and they'll take the tap there, and they do. So away they charge. The French development team, well, there's a bit of trouble though, as they look like they're held up. Rico Gear affecting the tackle. Penguin shape looking pretty good. Still non-committal when it comes to the breakdown, the Penguins. Shape it up nice again. Good tackle, they commit one, maybe two. Not much more than that. So the referees lone time off as like someone's from the French development side is, well, he's taking a bit of a hurt, a bit of a ding here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, the old-fashioned dislocated elbow. That's never nice.
That did not look pretty.
And that one's
We'd like to thank everybody for joining us today, but be sure to come back tomorrow.
That one's not going to fix itself overnight, I don't think, John.
I don't think we'll be seeing him tomorrow somehow.
So
paid tomorrow will go towards the
could be severe drinking injury on top, as he's showing a fairly brave face heading off the field, but he's pretty keen to get off the pitch, because I think the hard times are just beginning for number 13 in the French development side. He'll be calling for the painkillers, I suspect. That didn't look too attractive, did it?
I suspect there'll be fairly strong painkillers there as well, Jedi.
As we'll be asking to look the other way too, I think.
I'm not sure he wants to see a replay of that one.
No. No, but it's probably going to make the highlight reel, though, John, let's be honest. So waiting for the scrum restart. There's the Penguin International side. Scrum up. 10-metre line. Their side of the half, French development team. Take the ball. Still strong D by the Penguins. They still only keen to commit a couple of guys to the tackle area. That means they keep 8 in defensive posture. And again, plus they've got secondary sweepers as well, the Penguin international side. The French development team, they'll be having to look for something special to cut their way through this defence, as it shuts them down fairly easily. That's good stuff as they break the gain line. Penguin defence is still pretty solid. They shift their line well. They're still driving hard though. This is good, strong play by the French development side. Short side, they decide to go, and they might have some space out wide if they can shut down the corner. You can't make your tries if you can't make the passes stick. Flick out the back. Now loose ball is a problem for everybody. And here comes trouble. It's from a standing start. The big man gets on trucking. He fires one around the corner. The speculator goes down the line and bounces into touch, and after being hard on attack, 20 seconds later they find themselves hard on defence. International team showing the ability to do what a lot of teams would like to do. And through few players, they were able to turn the phase of that game round. And now, our poor friends from the French development side find themselves under the gun. Line out works well for them at centre. They go wide, under halfway. Sorry, through into midfield. 10 metres past the 22. Pick and go. The ball's locked forward by the Penguin player. Certainly looking forward. Nil all the scores. 7 minutes gone. This is a great effort by the French development team, and they'll have the Penguins worried. Maybe the first day Hoodoo's coming back to visit the man from the Penguin international side. Scrum finally drops in for Penguin International. It's a tight head though to the French development side, and they take it away. Well, a little bit of a mugging for one of the French players as some character-driven theatre for the audience, and there's a little bit of a... Well, the Penguins will puff their chests if they're forced into defensive status. There's one Penguin that when he puffed his chest, the Frenchman went, quoi? So the French development team put the ball into the Penguin 22 and line up for an attacking line out. As we come down to the closing moments of this first half, 0-0's the score. Very tight game so far. The French development team, bit of obstruction is the call. They need to get excited as far as the Samurai international side are concerned. Willie Walker steps forward and decides it's his responsibility to put the ball out, and he does, and he sends the play back up towards halfway, and so the Penguin international side will take the line out, restart from just on their 10-metre line. Well taken down though, good contesting by the French development team. They've spoiled a lot of play at set piece time for the Penguins, and potentially that'll be something for Coach Shaw to need to look at. They'll be wanting the guys to do the basics first, but they've turned the ball over, and Willie Walker picked off from the blind side. And lost the ball forward into contact. Coming inside the last 30 seconds of the first half. Just not gelling well at the moment for the Penguin International side. The team structures are strong. Certainly willing at the breakdown, and they've been more than a match for the Penguins at set piece time. The Penguins will really have to buck up their ideas if they've got any serious of going through this tournament. The set piece has got to be a bit more effective than that. A little bit of a better scrum. The French team attack down the right-hand side in front of the close try line, and here they come now. Ball is scrappy, and Willie Walker's got himself in there and turned that over. Comes back to Steele. He looks out the back door. Not much happening there for the Penguins, in fact, and if anything, they're getting the ball going backwards, and they've stood off it, so they have lost it on their own 22. The French development team decide to come to the right side of the track. Well, they look the same way, play again. They do, but they change their mind, snap it back the other way. Fairly lazy chap on the foot, and it's taken down to pick it up by number 11, Ed Fidel. And Fidel knocks the ball down range and then applies a bit of pace to it. Now the French development side, Penguin line, beaten first up. Up to the 10-metre line they go, but not releasing the ball is a call. They break out early and they break out quick, and Rico Gear gets his presence felt by the French development as they take a line-out restart according to the referee, and that's it for the first half as the Let's go to the halftime break. 0-0 against the French development side, and that's a surprising result for one of the more favoured teams of the tournament for 2015. The Penguin International side just not quite making it work together so far in this half, but they've got 10 minutes to turn things around as the final match comes down to the second half. At halftime, 0-0 the scores between the Penguin International side and the French development team, and there'll be a fair bit of discussion going on there. The whole idea was to make that set pieces work early on. And don't forget, we're down here tomorrow morning again for day 2. Semi-finals action starts about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'd suggest to you that you might want to say to the boss, see you later. At some point before then, you want to give yourself plenty of time to get down here and get yourself a good wee position. And of course, all the entry fee paid to goes to charity, and that's a fair reason to come down as well. Only $100, I think, to get in. You can check out the details on the contest website as we get ready for the second half of the final game. There's Sean Leneen shot now of the 2015 GFI Hong Kong Football Club Tens. Day 1. Only 10 minutes left to play, ladies and gentlemen. So they'll be recalling for a renewed effort. The Penguin International side, as our cameras cut away and look again over the magnificent Happy Valley Racecourse and the Hong Kong Jockey Club grandstands in the background there. Hundreds, well, tens of thousands on a weekly basis go in to celebrate the sport of kings. And inside that racetrack, this incredible facility, the Hong Kong Football Club. There's not many, if any, places like this, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a magnificent venue and a place host event, the GFI Hong Kong Football Club Tens. A restart for the final half of day 1 by the French development team, and the Penguins straight away decide to move it into space. Willie Walker, the chip and chase over the top. The French development team's on top of it. And now they hit back themselves down the left-hand side of the track. As the Penguins, they lose the board forward. The old hop, step, jump. We all used to do it as children. Decent contact there made in the tackle with the French development team still with the ball. Still with the go forward. Walker brings him down. Still only two men in the tackle for the Penguins. It's a better hit, but they sneak away and they break away, in fact, the French development side. Not releasing is the call. They were on the ball very quickly. And so Rico Gear tries the shuffle. Gets the ball beautifully back on the inside. They keep the ball alive, the Penguins. Ball bounces off to the French development side, and this could be the one that breaks the camel's back. In they go. Well, innocuously to the number 8 player. And the French trot one in to open the scoring. 5 points to 0 with the kick to come, and it'll be an easy kick as well. The Penguins must look at that. They look half asleep at the moment, the boys. As we look at that, and there was no one following through on that one at all. And through they go. So they went from attack to defence to even worse for the Penguin International side, and now they're down 7 points to 0. The French development team leading the Penguin International side, and we could be in for maybe, possibly, even a boil over. Maybe the class late in the game of this Penguin International team will see them home. We're unsure. We're coming down to a 2.5 minute mark though. As the French development team kick off down the middle of the track, it goes high, wide, and ultimately back to the Penguin side. They lay a few more bodies into the breakdown. Tap and go for the Penguins. They want to keep it pacey if they can. They look so reassured of themselves earlier in the day, but as the day has worn on, and it's been a long day for some of these teams, and it might have been too long for the Penguins, but we'll see what happens. Steele gets himself in the action, and he's taken down. They've made some vital meters though, the Penguins. They darted out one more time, wide and over the top. Players floating around. Short side they go, Gear. The reassuring hands of Rico Gear. Staying in there. Now they bust it out. Will they play for width again? No, they'll take it into contact. And they do. They don't want to be isolated if they do go into contact. That's a good scything run. Little half break made. Now, quick hands. Can this be finished off by Steele? He lobs it back on the inside. It's lost forward. But they're certainly down the right end of the track at the moment. And it's fair to say that the French team are blowing. So the Penguins have just got to stay on the pace here and maybe lift the tempo. But it is all about accuracy for the Penguin International side. They need to reach in the pockets and get some of it out. Defensive and scrum for the French development side. At the moment is the medical staff for the tournament come on to check out the players. There's a swap being made, so a good opportunity. Well, nice bit of timeout play really by the referees to, or the coaches I should say. Give that French team just the 3 or 4 extra lungfuls of breath that can make all the difference. Good scrum by the French development side. So an error from Dua Soko. From the mark is the call. Second attempt is successful. as we break inside the final 5 minutes, and the Penguin international team have got 5 minutes left to play, and they need to score, and they need to score pretty smartly, or the dream of a cup final appearance in 2015 could fade away here in the Happy Valley. Time off for some interchange, and there's one change coming on for the Penguins.
In the second half, the final match of the day. French development team leading 7 over Penguins 0.
4 minutes to remain as the clock clicks over 6 minutes. We get ready, line out, restart. Quickly off the front, it's a penalty to the Penguins, and they'll just want to approach this one with a bit of structure. Rico Gear takes on some contact. They flow around the outside. Doesn't seem to be a lot of structure there to the Penguin attack at the moment. Gear shovels it on, and they'll look to go wide again, and that's a chip through, and you'd have to wonder whether that was a smart idea, because that's been kicked into touch. Comes back for a 22 restart. So, taking opportunity, not taken. And the coaches for the Penguin international side will be finding that frustrating. The French development team, though, they sweep away with the ball. Well, I believe they brought back the first infringement, the knock on against the French development side. So the Penguin international team. One more look at it. 2.5 minutes left to play. A few nervy men over there in the famous Penguin strip. Just wondering where and when they're going to get the opportunity to strike. So, on the short side, he could go unchecked here. Powerful run, it's a good run, it's put them in great position. So the kick goes down the line. A blown hamstring. And the referees report there's a bit of a time off as well. So we'll see what the problem is there. The assistant referee comes on to deliver tales of malcontent as we look, and all that terrible searing feeling of the hamstring blowing up. Happened to me on a few occasions. Not always on the rugby pitch either, I might add. So he's blown time up with only 1:20 left on the board. And so they're going to have to go. They go to number 3 in the Penguin outfit. And the card has been shown. And the Penguins lose a man to the bin.
And the Penguins have been awarded a yellow card. And they will play the remainder of this match.
Well, the
9 players.
penalty comes back, and
The French development team leading 7 over Penguins.
they have a score of 7 points to 0 over the international Penguin side, the Penguin international side, I should say. And the line out restart will happen 13 metres inside the French development team half. The Penguin international side down to 9 players. And final minute, we get the reprieve of the throw not straight. And they'll need a gutsy effort up front here. The French development team will be sniffing some blood in the water here if they can put these boys away on this. And it could be all over. 10.5 minutes gone. Time is over in terms of time around the referee's time. As you can see on the screen, running up close to 11 minutes, so the ball is there. The Penguins are going to have to get it. The Penguins don't get it. The French development team take it. And they stride away with it. And with it, I think, go the dreams of a cup final as the Penguin international side taken out late in the day. Once again, the first day late night hoodoo